So when we are talking of the principle that refers to correctness and we are talking of accuracy. So the format, grammatical accuracy, facts. So if you are saying 20,000, you are not meaning it as 2 lakhs. So you have to verify what you are writing. All the information that you are writing should be correct, and it should not have any error in it, whether it's a figure or a fact or any details that you're providing in your letters. It could be like, for example, you're placing an order for some goods and you wanted maybe 5 laptops. You've ordered 5 laptops and by mistake it happens to become 15 laptops in your letter. So that's not done. So that is one aspect of correctness. Okay, and then when we are talking of prepositions, getting back to the grammatical accuracy part, very often we may confuse a few things. A few, for example, and few, they're actually two opposite. So let me tell you a few things. It means I want to tell you many things. But let me speak with few words, means I want to speak less. So a single article can make a lot of difference. So you have to be mindful of that when you're writing your letters. And of course the tone should not be rude. You cannot say, please do the needful, So I request you to go through my letter and please take necessary action, would be better. So your tone should be appropriate and it should not look as if you are being rude, and it should not be too casual or informal either, because remember you're writing business letters. So the next principle is completeness. So we take it along with correctness, and your letter should be complete in all aspects, and that includes the little details like you should not leave out writing the date, or you should not forget to sign, or you should not, sometimes when it's important to write the subject in the letter, you should not omit that either. It should be complete in all respects. Similarly, sometimes you may have to give information regarding the mode of payment. You may be using credit cards, or you may need to avail the transport facilities given by the other company, and you should be including that in your letter. Don't leave that out and then later on add to confusions. So you have to be complete when you're providing the details as well. And sometimes you may omit to find out about the price of the product and so on, because these are the practical aspects that you should be remembering, especially in the world of business. And finally, let me tell you about completeness. You should have a look and find out whether it is answered all the WH questions. I always tell you that when you take this in mind, take this into your minds, like where, when, what, why, and how, and who. Now the how is not so much important as what, when, why, where, who, because these questions will give you an idea whether your letter has been complete in all respects. And now for the next part, that is concreteness. Concreteness is a term that is used to signify specific details, something that the reader can get hold on to. It could be factual, it could be descriptions, so that the idea becomes more clear. Sometimes what happens is letters are very vague, or what you say can be very vague. Now I'll give you an example of this. Like, it's there on your screen. Please send some grocery items next week. Now coronavirus, is rampant, and you're saying this to your grocer. He may go mad because he doesn't know what you're talking about. What grocery items are you talking about? Okay. So that apart. Now look at the better way of saying, please send 15 kilograms of rice, 10 kilograms of tur dal and moong dal by March 29, 2020. That would be better. Okay, you are making it very clear when you want it and how much you want it. Very concrete. Similarly, you may say, our products have won many prestigious awards. Now, it can be anything. So you become less vague when you say, our products have won the prestigious Bharatiya Sarvottam Puraskar. You're giving it the specific detail, specification. So that is being concrete. So, if you look at it, we have completed our 7 C's of um, business correspondence: clarity and courtesy, consideration, correctness, completeness, and concreteness. And now we will move on to a few practice questions. Like, for example, the first one: we are glad we can now send our tape recorders. Use you attitude. The second one is: we regret to inform you that we may not be able to grant you your request for credit. So you have to make this sentence positive. You can see the third one, the third question that I have put there. Our chairman is of the opinion that only the personal manager can handle the situation. So you have to reduce the wordiness there. And the fourth one: by acting now, we can finish sooner than if we wait until a later date. So you have to remove the redundancies. Now, the fifth question is: with reference to your request for the supply of 10 kgs of wheat flour to be used on the auspicious occasion of your housewarming ceremony, we are sorry to say that we may not be able to make any commitment at the present moment of time. You have to make this concise, and I also need to add one more. You have to correct it. You have to correct the errors in this sentence. So I leave you here, and the answer key will be provided in the next slide. So I've just wanted to have added something here in the end. With reference to your request for the supply of 10 kgs of wheat flour to be used on the auspicious occasion of your housewarming ceremony, we are sorry to say that we may not be able to make any commitment at the present moment of time. So it is make it concise and correct. And let us go to the answers. We are now, the first question was: we are glad we can now send our tape recorders, where you have to use your you attitude, and you will see it would be: you would be glad to know that your tape recorders are ready for sale. So here you have put the customer in place. You have focused on him. So this is you attitude. Now we'll go to the second question here. We regret to inform you that we may not be able to grant your request for credit. You have to make this sentence positive. And for this, let us see. For the time being, we can serve you on cash basis only. So instead of talking about what you can't do for the customer, you have maintained what you can do. And that is, being very courteous and considerate, less negative, more positive. Now look at the third question. Our chairman is of the opinion that only the personal manager can handle the situation. You have to reduce the wordiness. So how have we done that? Our chairman believes that only our personal manager can handle the situation. It's far better, less words. And now, by acting now, we can finish sooner than if we wait until a later date. So we have to remove the redundancies. So by acting now, we can finish sooner. Why use extra words like sooner than later and all those things? Better be short and precise. The last one, which I told you about, is how to correct it. So that wheat flour was not wheat flour, wheat flour. So the spelling error is corrected. And then you have to be mindful that's a housewarming ceremony. So that person is going to his new house. So you have to congratulate him. Be mindful of that. And then you are conveying your apologies because you're not able to supply those 5 kg. You're able to supply only 5 kgs and not the 10 kgs or 15 kgs or 10 kgs of wheat flour. So I'm grateful and thankful to you, my dear students, that you could listen to all this. If I have made any errors, which I'm likely to do because it's my first video recording ever, I prefer to talk to you in the classroom, but because the coronavirus and so many other aspects have attacked us, I hope you don't mind and you go through this, and you may go back to this video to check again what are the principles of business correspondence, and also do more exercises from Meenakshi Raman and Sangeeta Sharma's very good book, Communication Skills. and you'll find a lot of practice in those chapters there. So I give credit to Meenakshi Raman and Sangeeta Sharma for their excellent work, and I've taken many questions from this. So thank you and stay safe.